Hello and welcome 12th Commerce students. Today I am going to start in this class a very new chapter of class 12 accountancy syllabus, that is balance sheet under schedule 6. Yes, you heard it right, balance sheet under schedule 6. This is an important syllabus of the part B section of your accountancy syllabus, and one compulsory question is going to come from this chapter containing 6 marks. So this chapter is very important. Now this is the heading. I have seen you have, I think you can see the heading I have given, schedule 6 balance sheet. Now balance sheet you have done earlier in class 11, where you were asked to prepare the final accounts, and while preparing the final account you first prepare the trading account, then followed by the PL account, and after that the balance sheet. That balance sheet is quite similar to, but this one is a very elaborated form. It is giving more exposure, more disclosure. How that I am explaining to you. Now balance sheet is what? Balance sheet provides the financial position. It is a representation of the financial position of a company. Now this is the balance sheet definition. Actual balance sheet definition that you have learned in class 11 so far. But in class 12, we are going to learn the schedule 6 balance sheet. Now what is schedule 6 balance sheet? When balance sheet provides the representation, or balance sheet represents the financial position of a company but under the schedule 6 format. I repeat, when balance sheet of a company represents the financial position of a company through the schedule 6 format, then only it is called schedule 6 balance sheet. Balance sheet will be same as the previous one, but the format will be different. The format will be prepared under schedule 6 category, schedule 6 of part 1 of Companies Act 1956. So there will be more categories and subcategories in the balance sheet. This balance sheet is in a more elaborate form than what you have done in class 11. There are subcategories. The assets and liabilities are broke down and they are shown in different subheadings. More details of the account you can see through this balance sheet. So this is what schedule 6 balance sheet is all about. The format of schedule 6 is maintained while preparing the balance sheet according to the Companies Act 1956. Just remember, the Companies Act 1956 is followed and the format is a little bit different with more categories in case of schedule 6 balance sheet. Now in schedule 6 balance sheet there are some supporting schedules. There are some supporting schedules. There are some supporting schedules which provides additional details of assets and liabilities. These balance sheet helps to break down the general categories of assets and liabilities. So this is what it does. Typically they are provided in tables. So typically they are provided in tables under different subdivisions or subcategories. That means they are categorically divided and categorically shown. The assets and the liabilities are categorically shown in different forms and in under different headings that you can see when I will show you the actual format of this Schedule 6 balance sheet. But always remember that this is done. This is prepared under, or this is prepared following the Companies Act 1956. This financial statement is prepared following the Companies Act 1956. This is most important. According to this act, this balance sheet is prepared. Now this balance sheet is not an ordinary balance sheet. It gives more exposure, more categories of assets can be seen. It discloses the company's financial position more clearly to the third parties or to the government or to the bank, any party who require to see it. So it gives more disclosure of different assets and liabilities because various categories are there. When I will prepare that, you can see that various categories of assets and liabilities are given in that balance sheet format, through which the third parties can see the true and fair view, true financial position of the business. Now I will go to the heading. While preparing this balance sheet, you have to give a long, elaborate heading, not the one which we have done previously, balance sheet as at the last date of the year. No, that heading will not work over here. You have to give a different heading for Schedule 6. Please see that heading. I am writing that heading for you. The heading that you will write while preparing this balance sheet is balance sheet under Schedule 6 Part 1 Section 11 of Companies Act 1956. This is the heading. This is the heading that you have to give before preparing the balance sheet. Before preparing the format of the balance sheet, this is the heading you have to give, and quote unquote this thing you have to write as a heading. You can't miss a single point given over here. Why I am saying? Because this heading contains 1 full marks. When you will be given a format or different items will be provided to you in the question paper, you have to take the items, identify them and place them in proper or particular or specific heading. Again I repeat, when you will be given different items in the question paper, you have to take that item, take individual items, identify them and place them in the proper category, in the proper heading. This is what we have to do in Schedule 6 balance sheet. So items must be identified properly and they must be placed in proper categories. This is what we have to do in this kind of sums. Now this is the heading that you will give before the sum starts. Balance sheet under Schedule 6 Part 1 Section 11 of Companies Act 1956, and before that in the books of you will write as a common, and after that you will prepare the balance sheet. The Schedule 6 balance sheet will be prepared just after writing this heading. You will prepare the balance sheet. Normally we used to prepare balance sheet. We used to divide the page into 2 halves and then asset in one side and liability on the other. In this way we will prepare the balance sheet having the same format. Format will not change, but items will increase because categories are increasing. So this will be the format as we have done earlier. Liability side, this will be the liability side, amount and amount, and then assets. This is the general format we used to prepare previously while preparing the balance sheet, and here also we will prepare the same format, but the categories will change, the heading will change, and items will be more. So many more items are going to come. In my next class, I am going to show you a full format of this Schedule 6 balance sheet. So prepare this, follow this class, listen to this, what am I telling, repeatedly listen to this, so that you can get a clear idea about what Schedule 6 balance sheet is. In my next class, I am going to show you a full format with the different categories and the breaking down of different subdivisions. All I will show you through a full example. So up till then, goodbye.